So we're looking at Someone Like You, the Adele song, part of the Grade 3 Trinity syllabus. We've already had 3 videos which covered the first page. So we had a left hand and a right hand, and then a hands together one. So this one now, video 4, we're going to be looking at the chorus of the song, which basically is the second page of the music. A couple of reminders, we're in A major. If you don't know an A major scale, I would really recommend that you do learn one first of all. It's part of the grade 3 syllabus anyway. There's loads of videos of A major scales, but the important thing is that they have 3 sharps. F sharp, C sharp, G sharp. And you're going to be, most of the time, unless it says otherwise, you're going to have to include those sharps. We're also counting in 4s. Now, you're probably familiar with the song, so that will give you a little bit of help, but it's so important to back this up with some good solid reading skills now, because it's quite a lot of stuff to learn. So we've got a melody, and then, as is often the case when you're playing the piano, you'll have a melody in the right hand, the tune. For instance, the tune is... But under that, there's going to be another note. So we're often put, maybe not a 3-note chord, sometimes we get even 3-note chords under melodies, but here we're just going to get another single note placed under it. And we're going to get things that are either in 6ths, things that are 6 notes apart, or sometimes you get things that are thirds, 1, 2, 3. And often you get 6 and thirds in these little harmony parts. So here we are, and I'll show you what I mean. So here is your first 6th. So this comes in, you have a crotchet rest, a quaver rest, so it goes 1, 2, and then there's an and just before the third beat. So it's 1, 2, and 3, 4, like that. And the notes are, and you might want to get your pencil out, that top note, because it's quite high, is A. And the note under it is C sharp. So you've got 1 and 5 written over it. So let's use those fingers. So the first thing is, we've got that. So it goes 1, 2, which is the tune, of course. So it's... And then you're going to play a G sharp and your thumb is going to come onto the B there. So let's try that again. 1, 2. And I'm going to leave that thumb on there, but then I'm going to keep going with the tune. You see the G sharp, A, and then it could be your third, but if you get your 4th finger onto there, it's easy to drop your thumb down onto A there, okay? Another 6th. So we've got a 6th there, a 6th here, and a 6th here. That's the basic progression. Let's try that once more. So we're going to start with this one. 1, 2. And then keeping your thumb held. And then that chord at the end. You'll also see what's called the triplet here. So basically a triplet is often 3 notes pushed into the time of 2. And they give you that da, da, da feel. Almost feels like it's tripping over itself in a very pleasing way. So that's your first phrase there. So that's actually a 3-bar phrase there. By all means, if you want, don't move on to the next bit of the video until you've got that, okay? And so I'm going to say that throughout this section now. Don't move on to the next bit until you're happy with that bit that we just did. If you are, carry on. I'm now going to look at the next phrase, which starts at the end of the line, which is bar 20. And then goes on for another 3 bars onto there. And it's the bit that sounds like this. It starts with a 2-beat rest. So it goes, if I put the count in and just play it first of all, and then I'll break it down for you. 1, 2. And then the last one, it's not A, it's C sharp. And then, in my mind, the next 2 notes are the end of the phrase. Okay, so if I was getting my pencil, I'd put the end of the phrase. It's hard to know where it is. I think it's at the end of the second line, just before the next 2 notes. So I'll do that again. I'm going from the end of the first line on bar 20. So the notes we've got are 3. You see the 3 and the 1. The 3 that's an F sharp, a D under it. So maybe mark the F sharp if you need to. The next note is G sharp. And then going on to bar 21, we're back up onto the A that we started on. And you drop your thumb onto C sharp. And you'll see it goes quaver, dotted crotchet, crotchet, crotchet. So if it was all crotchets, it would go, but it starts with a quaver. So the first note is quicker. You catch up, and then you carry on, and then there's your next chord, G sharp, A, So that's the third bar. And then I'm going to move up and play F sharp and A. See there? It's quite a fiddly move. And then I think, if I was singing the song, you wouldn't want to hear me sing the song, but if I was, I'd probably take a big breath there, and then I go into the next bit, which you probably recognise that. So it's hard to see where the phrase starts. It's halfway through the bar there. Right, I'm going back over from the end of the first line again on bar 20. So after 2, 1, 2. And the quaver into a dotted crotchet, 2 crotchets, moving my thumb down, G sharp up there. I repeat the G sharp up to A, and then my thumb is coming back to that C sharp. And then to finish off, I'm going to move my hand up, F sharp and A, and I use 2 and 3, which may seem odd, but it's going to set you up for what you're about to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to 17, the top of the page, and then run through all that up to that point, okay? So going through the first bit, C sharp A, R 1, 2, triplet, 4 on that F sharp's easier, 1, 2, 1 and 3, thumb on C sharp, a quaver into a dotted crotchet, and then that, then an extra G sharp A, thumb up to the C sharp, and I'm moving up. Okay, so that's a whole little section itself. So again, don't move on until you're happy with that. Go back and do it a few times. Take the video back to the beginning if you need. I'm going to continue now with the next phrase, which starts at the end of bar 24. And this is the one, and this is where it gets a little bit more fiddly. But again, you've probably got, if you listen to the song a bit, that will help you with how this is going to flow. So this chord here, it's got a C sharp at the top, an E. It's another sixth. I'm going to use my 4th finger there because I'm going to be going up higher in a moment. So the first thing I do is I've done that other chord. So halfway through the bar, after 2, I goes 1, 2. Then you play that twice, and then you play that chord again on bar 25. But instead of going, you go. You'll see the thumb just stays held, and then you go your little finger up to the E. You come back to the C sharp without repeating that because it's already held. And then we're moving to a new position, G sharp and B. Tricky stuff. So I'm going to do that again. So end of bar 24. So after 2, so you got E and a C sharp. I need to get my 4th finger on there. 1, 2. 2 of those chords. Then you do another one, but with a double C sharp on the top. Up to E, back to the C sharp, and then thumb coming to that G sharp, 2 on the B. And this is where it's a bit fiddly. Now, you know the tune goes da, 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 da. To do that, we go. See how I drop my thumb down to there? I'm going to go from 26 again, just on the second beat. You know, where that funny moment there, but you've got to get up. So if you set up from there, can you see where I'm pointing the music? 25, there's 26. On the second beat, you move your thumb up to G sharp, a B there. And here's the fiddly bit, because your little finger's going to be kicking around up here, but you've got to get your little finger on that D. So you play that chord, and then you release your second, but leaving the thumb on. Walk down, then the 2, and then I'm going to put my thumb down on E and go. And then 2 more C sharps, dropping down to F sharp and my thumb on D. And then 3 A's. And I'm on to 29, new position. Now, I let that run just so you can hear how that sounds again. So I'm going to explain that a bit better now. So I'm going to go back a little bit. So if I go back to the tricky moment again on bar 26, so on the second beat, you have a G sharp and a B. And remember, although you play 2 notes, you release that one and then play that next. And if you can, just keep your thumb on the G sharp as long as you can. So you go from that, then you go to the D, and then you're bringing it down. You'll see the 4, 3, 2. Now next bar, 4 on the C sharp, thumb down on the E, and you're going to do that, and then down to B and back to C sharp, and then there's another C sharp and another one, and drop down to D and F sharp. Okay, and I'll pause there. Now I play that chord, the D stays on, then I'm going to go, you'll see the triplet with the A there. So I'll do it now. Okay, and then on to 29. I'm going to play A again, but I'm going to use my little finger, put my thumb down on the C sharp, and the rhythm is a dotted crotchet into a quaver, then a dotted crotchet. So it's going to go bum, da, 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 da. So if I go back to the beginning of that line, so this is the place where I've just moved position, thumb on C sharp, little finger up on A, 2's going on the E, so it goes bum, da, da, and then a quick E going, new change of position, F sharp 4, thumb on B, straight onto the E, and then the E again, and you see there's a little, what we call a grace note going E to F sharp like that. Play it like that. I'll do it again. So go from 29, C sharp to A, so it goes E, 1 and 4, 3, 4, and then I restrike that F sharp with the A, thumb on an A, 2, 3, 4. Then I'm going to play D and F sharp, 2 and 4 probably. Okay, and then we're into the last bit. You bring your forefinger down to A, and there's a triplet again. Last line, that A with the little finger, thumb down on C sharp. And here's the fiddly bit. It's a 2 and 5 now. And then B sharp is actually C. So you do a little, see the little grace note? So that's, looks like it's going to be B, but B sharp is C. And you drop down to F sharp and A. I'm going to go from the end of the previous line, that's bar 32. And I'll come in halfway through the bar with the, oops, did that wrong. 1 and 5, okay? So if I count to 2, 1, 2, 1 and 5. Then E with your 2, E, 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 another E, but going 2 and 5 now, B and E, triplet, and I'm going to go from the B sharp to C sharp, dropping down F sharp and A. And then it goes into bass clef, so it's going even lower. Here's a D major, and now you play that, and then you let go, and then it may be you've got the pedal on there anyway, so even though you let go of it, you're going to get something like that. And the final chord is E. Here's the last line again. I'm going to go back to 32, so forefinger on the A, 1, 2, 1 and 5, and then 2 and 5. Right, dropping down, F sharp and A. You can go 1 and 3, or 1. I'm going to use 1 and 2. I think that's absolutely fine. And then I keep going down. Now I've got those 2 notes in again, but I'll put a D under it to make a D major chord, and then the final chord. It's fiddly stuff, but you will find if you, when you're working with the music, you really do use the music, but also have a listen to the recording as well, because that will just help embed the melody and how that's going to work. Remember, these are piano arrangements of the pop song, and although certain things are the same, it's in the same key, a lot of it will feel quite similar. You may find there's some little things that aren't exactly the same, so do just be careful with that stuff, because if you're preparing it for an exam, it needs to be exactly what's on the page. Of course, if you're just playing it for your own enjoyment, you can always leave bits out and you can sing bits of it, and it's another way to do it. So, but it's good to be flexible with these things. But remember, sometimes it's important to be able to play exactly what's on the page. Sometimes it's important just to interpret and then just use the chords or whatever, or bits of it, drop bits out. That's also fine. It's not cheating, but it's important to have both those skills. So don't move on to the next video now until you really think you have got the whole of that melody to the chorus sorted. And then in the next video, I'm going to focus just on the left hand, okay? And you might even be able to put the recording on. I don't know how quite well it'll fit, but you'll probably find a lot of it will fit with it. But anyway, that's for the next video.